confusing empowered and empowered. Because I'm not even really sure what empowered means. Like, I literally Googled empowered women, and you know what comes up as the result? It's like a bunch of quotes and tote bags. Like, I think what being an empowered woman means is, like, comfortable in a swimsuit. You're like, I feel really empowered. I'm gonna wear a two-piece this summer. It's like, okay, that's great, but this is an interview. And I ask you about your time management. Like, it's like we want to feel good before we can actually start doing something. We want to feel empowered before we can get anything done. And I get it. I procrastinate too, you know? I'll cut all my toenails before I start working. Like, I see it online all the time, too. It's like there's a lot of women out there that don't think they're good enough or smart enough or pretty enough, and I'm here to tell you that you are. Well, I'm here to tell you that you aren't. You're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough, but do it anyway, you stupid idiot. What are you waiting for? What is good enough? Men aren't asking themselves these questions. There's no firefighter standing outside of a building being like, today I'll be my best self. No leader, no CEO, no conqueror. Genghis Khan wasn't looking in the mirror being like, I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, my beard is fun and flirty. You know the worst part about this? You know who posted that? Hillary Clinton. It's like, just say it in the mirror to yourself next time, Hill. This is how I know I'm, like, not a good person. I give a little peek inside my brain. Sometimes I can think of, like, the worst thing that can happen to somebody. I'm not saying it should happen. I'm just saying I have the ideas, you know? Like, I thought of the last worst thing that Bill Clinton could do to Hillary. And that is to get a cat and name it Madam President. He's like, come here, Madam President. Even worse, make sure it's a boy cat. There could be only one Madam President in this house, and he is beautiful. I just want us to, like, cut the shit, you know? Just be who you are and stop trying to, like, be all these flowery, stupid versions of ourselves. Go out there and get shit done, or don't, but stop it. Just stop it. You're so busy. What are you doing? Like, a bunch of billionaires started to get divorced, and, like, as soon as they got divorced, their ex-wives, they try to distance themselves. They try to distance themselves from being, like, the ex-wife of these billionaires. Like, Jeff Bezos and Mackenzie Bezos, Bill Gates and Melinda Gates. Mackenzie Bezos divorces Jeff Bezos. She's now one of, like, the richest women in the world. She's on the Forbes list. She's number 6. And she's listed as author Mackenzie Bezos. No. That is not how you got on the Forbes list. You do not have $60 billion because you're an author. You have $60 billion because last year, Jeff had 120. Also, even if you did make that money because you're an author, it's still cheating because your husband owns the world's largest bookstore. Literally everything can recommend your book. He owns the Amazon algorithm. Anything can recommend your book. You brought trash can liners? You might like this garbage. And to be fair, I did look up her books because I wanted, you know, I was like, well, maybe they're actually good. You know, the reviews weren't. One of them said the narrator was uncompelling. And that's like a review by someone who, like, reads, you know? There's just so many things you should list as before you can list yourself as author. You know, like ex-wife of Jeff Bezos, mother of Jeff Bezos' children, woman who, if we're being honest, didn't blow Jeff Bezos enough. Lady who, when Jeff Bezos said, I want to open an online bookstore, was like, okay. And then maybe author, maybe, but I want to see the amount of money you made on books. Same with Melinda Gates. Melinda Gates divorces Bill. She's trying to brand herself as something other than the ex-wife of him. Also wrote a book. I don't know why these women get to write a book because their husband is good at something else. They're both just, instead of ex-wives, they're authors now. What you know has to be really mad about this is J.K. Rowling. She has to be like, I guess anyone can call themselves anything these days. Has anyone here read Melinda Gates' book? Nope. Okay. It's a pretty consistent answer I've gotten every time I've told this joke. Well, the title of Melinda Gates' book is The Moment of Lift: How Empowering Women Changes the World. I'd like to suggest a slightly different title. The Moment of Lift: How Marrying Bill Gates Changed My World. Because that's the only book I want from these women. I want to know how to marry a billionaire. That's the only thing you've been proved to be good at. How do you marry a billionaire? Give us a blueprint. It probably isn't long. It's probably something like go to MIT and cross your fingers. Like, get ready to listen to a bunch of boring business ideas. But what bothers me about these women so much is that they act like they're like ashamed of their choices or that they didn't make the choice that they did. And whether they're happy with it or not, just stand up for the choice you made. These women gave up whatever it was they were gonna do and put all their eggs in these guys' baskets. And you know what? Good egg putting. I'm sure there's women in this room right now that gave up something they wanted to do to be in the relationship they're in, and they're probably not a billionaire or an author. Women, we tend to do this. We're naturally supportive and caring people. That's not a bad trait to have. If that's what you've done with your life, good for you. Sounds like you're a pretty good person. There's no right way to make it as a woman. You can make it that way. I did it independently. I became successful. I'm not saying one way is better than the other. Actually, you know what? If I met a billionaire tonight and he asked me to marry him, I might give all this up and go live on a yacht for a while. You just gotta start being more realistic, you know? We celebrate fake accomplishments all the time. We celebrate women who almost did something. The one I hate the most is Amelia Earhart. Fuck Amelia Earhart. Amelia Earhart said she was gonna fly the whole way around the world and then she crashed almost immediately. She didn't even make it across the first ocean. What happened to Amelia Earhart sounds exactly like what a misogynist would say would happen to a woman if she wanted to fly the whole way around the world. And she'll probably crash immediately. She did so poorly. It's like if at Jackie Robinson's first at-bat, he struck out and shit his pants. You know, there is actually a woman who flew the whole way around the world, right? Do you know her name? Geraldine something. But we don't talk about her because we're too busy filling the space with Amelia I Can't Fly Earhart. It's crazy. We don't just sit around and talk about Tito Jackson, do we? Everyone felt bad for Tito there. I'm sorry. You go get him, Tito. It just, as soon as if a woman goes out for something and she accomplishes it, great. As soon as she doesn't, we should throw her under the bus. We should throw her under the bus. We were like, no, she was always bad. Always a terrible pilot. None of us believed in her. We got a bunch of other better female pilots back there. Let them try. They're actually good at it. She was bad. They're good. But we didn't do that, and because we didn't, one woman crashed one plane, and now we're iffy on female pilots. Guess who crashed every other plane? Man, it was you. And we don't even blame you. We're just like, oh, let's check the black box. It was probably mechanical. Stupid fake accomplishments. Like, we have our first female vice president. Everyone was very excited about that. As soon as she got sworn in, everyone was like, now little girls everywhere. Little girls everywhere will know it's possible to have a female leader. Well, first of all, she's not the leader. She's just there in case Joe Biden falls asleep for too long. I feel like every day for her is like a double dutch for the presidency. She's just like, no, okay, no. No, okay. She's not the leader. She's the vice president. And this is all coming after. There was a whole television show about a female vice president where the premise of that show was how stupid the position of vice president was. And meanwhile, we're like little girls everywhere. Also, little girls everywhere else already knew it was possible to have a female leader because everywhere else has already had a female leader. We're like the last place. Like Finland, Nepal, Bangladesh. Kosovo's been a country for 13 years. They've had 2 female leaders. Germany had Angela Merkel for I don't know how long. Long enough for me to know it's Angela. You gotta appreciate the Germans. They really stick by a candidate with the strong hair choice. Myanmar is one of the least developed countries in Asia. It's had a female leader who's been overthrown by the military twice. And each time that little Asian lady tries to claw her way back up to the top. Meanwhile, we're like little girls everywhere. And I've heard the argument. Some people just need to see it happen to know it's possible. All right, that's fine, but then you're not a leader. That's like the exact opposite of a definition of a leader. If I was like, hey guys, I'm gonna lead the way. If I could just follow you. Also, try that excuse anywhere else in your life. You're taking a test, you look off someone's paper, your teacher's like, what are you doing? You're like, I just needed to know it was possible. Little girls. For like seemingly good things, you know, when a woman accomplishes something that we don't perceive as good, we don't celebrate like this. You know, like 2 Girls, 1 Cup came out, and no one was like, little girls everywhere. And we actually did learn a lot from them. Before that, we always thought we needed 2 cups. These women are conservationists.